Maybe I'll fight Apollo, and maybe I won't, you know? What do you think? Adrian!
Hey, I got another one. Oh, this is totally cool. Okay.
Not Cagney. You dirty rat.
Maybe I'll fight Apollo, and maybe I won't, you know? What do you think? Adrian!
Hey, I got another one. Oh, this is totally cool. Okay.
Not Cagney. You dirty rat.
It was a joke.
Just go to the moon. Yeah, there'll be a day when AI takes over and it'll make us their pet.
What's your problem?
Has
But
happened
Joe,
in the past.
I hear you. I don't want to be right about them killing babies after
Doesn't
they're born.
I know you don't want
I
to
don't
be
wanna
right
be right about human
You don't
animal.
have to be. You don't. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you
Drink
want
your
to be
whiskey
right
here.
about it.
Glad to see you again. An idea of what magic white is. The big thing is, do not confuse it with gesso.
Everybody, very small.
I'm going to cover this town with a dome!
Fly ball going back, and the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the stadium.
With them.
Because Carrie can't know about the dome. The world was flat.
You know the truth.
To shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time. I guess I'm up against the highest, hardest stained glass ceiling. And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet. We have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but it's hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling right now. We are all standing under a glass ceiling right now.
Both of them Both of them do have a serious subtext, and it's the idea that we all live under the dome. We're all on planet Earth, and we're not going anywhere. I do too. Do the serious, but the fact is, we all live under the dome.
If you add together sort of the three kinds of things that occupy the universe, the familiar matter, that's what we're made of and what our telescopes detect. The dark matter, that's the source of 85% of all the gravity we see in the universe, and we don't know what's causing it. And the dark energy, the stuff that's making us accelerate against the wishes of gravity. Each one of those components creates a curvature of the fabric of space and time, just as prescribed by Einstein's general theory of relativity. If you add those curvatures together, what you find is that they create a universe that is perfectly flat. Flat. Now, that's not the only shape the universe could have had. The universe could have negative curvature, and if it did, that would have we would have a saddle shape. And a negatively curved universe has a net positive energy. The universe is neither a spherical shape, the shape of a ball. That would be positive curvature, having net negative energy. Now, another way to get insight into this is to think about the energy of orbits. An object in orbit is gravitationally bound to what it circles. And bound orbits have negative gravitational energy. That's how we describe this system. Increase the elongation of the orbit by pumping energy, giving more speed to the object, and the circle distorts and becomes an ellipse. Give it even more speed, the ellipse gets more and more elongated. There's just the right amount of energy, just the right amount of extra speed you can give this object so that it goes so far away it never circles back. In fact, it escapes to infinity. At that point, that object and the system and the orbiting object and the object around which it formerly turned has zero total gravitational energy. And that path is formally called a parabola. Give the object even more energy, then it gets to infinity and keeps going. That has net positive energy, and we call that trajectory a hyperbola. Now, you've actually seen these shapes before at home. Take a flashlight. All flashlights have a cone of light that emerges from them. If you take it and aim it straight at a wall, it'll make a perfect circle. Take it and tip the angle just a bit. That circle distorts and you get an ellipse. Tip the flashlight so it's parallel to the wall, and you'll see the shape on the wall and it'll take the form of a parabola. Angle it a little more, it opens up even further and you get a hyperbola. Try that at home. So, these are what we call conic sections, intersections of a cone of light. And they relate to orbits and they relate to the energy that those objects have. Now, if your space-time is flat, just as if your orbit were a parabola, it means the universe, the entire universe, possesses zero net total energy. Think about that. If the shape of the universe were anything else, positively curved or negatively curved, it would not have zero energy. It would have negative energy or positive energy. We have zero net total energy. Now you're wondering, is that good or bad? There's a silver lining to this. What it means is that you can create the entire universe out of nothing because nothing has no net energy associated with it. Had the universe been endowed with either negative or positive energy, we'd be forced to confront the questions of what was the original source of energy that begat the universe. And if it had some amount of energy, why is it that amount and not some other amount? The fact that we live in a zero energy universe bypasses that line of questioning. And does it leave us content in our emptiness? Perhaps, but no less enlightened by the ignorance that led to it.
people, I think, recognize the need to do more and to meet this moment. People do encourage people to do the right thing, do just a nod and look, saying, hey, maybe you should reconsider just being out there on the beach, being 22 strong at a park.
At home.
Well, I was doing the news last night with the Los Angeles. We're already doing it. Stragglers, folks still in the bubble, people who are in the bubble don't really understand that they're a huge problem because they don't know they're sick. Their symptoms are pretty trivial, and so they are out there being vectors for infections, and we're realizing more and more that people who are asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic are a real issue.
The vector, that social vector of young people not paying attention. And I think they're getting the message, by the way. I'm going to
but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped,
numbers
but
don't lie.
it's
It's
has
undeniable.
to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has 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 to be. It is photoshopped, but it's
This looks fun.
It is
Are you
photoshopped,
going to the
but
moon?
It's
It's
to
just
be.
boring
It is
space
photoshopped,
stuff
but
for
it's
babies,
has to
Daddy.
be.
It's not
It is
real.
photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
And topping this half hour, a new billboard in Detroit causing a lot of controversy.
Looks like you're in a studio, maybe Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really faithful? Oh yeah, I got. Oh yeah, I got. Oh yeah.
The bill that is being contemplated by the Senate right now has a fund that has hundreds of billions of dollars for the Treasury Department to use to bail out states and localities as well as specific industries such as cruises and hotels. Will you commit publicly that none of that taxpayer money will go towards your own personal
Every
properties?
time I do it, like for instance, I committed publicly that I wouldn't take the $450,000 salary. It's a lot of money, whether you're rich or not, it's a lot of money. And I did it, nobody cared. Nobody said thank you. Nobody said thank you very much. Now, I didn't commit legally, I just said, I don't want it. I don't want my salary. I work for zero. I don't want my salary. Nobody said, oh, thank you very much. But I guarantee you, if I ever took it, you would go out after me, you in particular would go out after me like crazy. So I have no idea what they're talking about with regard to the one element. Everything's changing, just so you understand, it's all changing. But I have no idea. Instead of being thanked for, again, not agreeing to do it, but just for not doing it, I get excoriated all the time. So I've learned, let's just see what happens, because we have to save some of these great companies. There can be great companies literally in a matter of weeks. We have to save them. Yeah, please.
Yeah. I started to question things like my own beliefs and my own existence. Like, how does this work? What is the mind? Away with the real man left because they all turn. Realize, there's realize and realize. Don't be surprised. You'll find the truth will deep inside. When I see the sky, the sun, the moon, they seem alive. Could fly.
How would you like it if someone told you the truth?
Like what? What could they say?
He says the earth is definitely flat.
Oh, now surely this is the right spot. Look at this. This area is filled with books about pretend people.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. 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 Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Some sunshine. Oh, I need some sunshine. Oh,
means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
The coronavirus hoax. Governments love crises because when the people are fearful, they are more willing to give up freedoms for promises that the government will take care of inside their homes instead of going outdoors or to the beach where the sunshine and fresh air would help boost immunity.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat, and 15 minutes ago...
Time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
Postafazul. She's around, she's a firm, she's a fully packed. She's around the back of my head. She's flat like your head.
What's up, y'all? It's Flat Earth Bob here. I'm starting this GoFundMe because I would like to send one, if not multiple, satellites as far into space as I can, or into orbit as I can, to find the curve. I'm looking for the curve.
Knowledge that searchers of cosmic truths have arrived at. And in there is their enthusiasm, their excitement. You end up liking their subject even if you didn't care about their subject because they brought enthusiasm to it. Curmudgeon or anything, or just tall. I got one, you ready? Now, you know, I don't curmudgeon or anything. You don't see the curvature of the Earth. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. So we could draw it that far back and say we are family.